Today's sales idea, a new retirement planning strategy. Hi everyone, I'm Steve Savant, host of the daily talk show, Let's Get Down to Business.
And I'm Don Prehn, Senior Advisor to Innsmark.
Okay, Don, we're looking at the private retirement plan. Tell me, why did we go through this and construct and design this idea?
With the private retirement plan in this particular concept, we wanted to look at a couple who's planning for wealth during retirement, and we wanted to see sort of where they would be at without cash value life insurance, how much their situation and net worth would improve over time if we included cash value life insurance, and then we did something a little different. We wanted to see if we kept their net worth the same at life expectancy, how much could we increase their income during retirement if they use cash value life insurance versus doing nothing.
Now that's a little different because usually we're trying to bump the net worth and make the higher assets for transfer to the next generation, but here you're saying we're holding it static.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with what you're saying about increasing the net worth with cash value life insurance, but we were really curious how much we could increase the retirement income if we kept the net worth as a constant at life expectancy, and I think that's a little different wrinkle here.
And a little bit just for a caveat, the only reason we're using private in this sense is to make a distinction between the traditional ERISA plans like IRAs, 401ks, and profit sharing plans. Now I want to walk up through basic features just to remind everybody in case you're new. Basic cash value life insurance accumulates without any ordinary income tax. In other words, it's tax deferred. Cash values can be accessed without any income tax using withdrawals to basis and policy loans to gain as long as the contract is kept in force for the life of the policy insured. And thirdly, the death benefits are paid to beneficiaries without any income tax, and of course there's some caveats there on estate taxes. This also applies to full death benefit, including any cash value component, whether loans exist or not. Now, I want to walk through the basic idea. We're going to introduce you to a couple named Tony and Jennifer Callahan. Now, Tony and Jennifer are about 45 and 40. They're right in the middle where I like home run people like this because I think it really helps us out. And remember, we're trying to increase their actual income substantially by holding their net worth the same, but we want to increase it. Now, you notice they both make together, we call these people dual income. And I like that, $550,000, but I only really have $300,000 net after tax. Sounds like we need to do a little tax help with these people. And the second thing I want to look at is what is the income that we're targeting? We're trying to get a after-tax income of $300,000 when they retire at his age 65 and her age 60, and we're going to index a 3% year inflation offset. And by the way, I just want to encourage everyone, if you're doing illustrations, whether you're using regular proposal system or you're using Innsmark to really help you fully show the design, you need to start looking at COLA. Everybody needs to start looking at an inflation offset. Now, the current net worth is a little over $2 million. Look what they have right now. They got about $500,000 in equity assets at 6.5%, another $500,000 taxable assets at 4%, another $250,000 at tax exempt assets at 3%. Their retirement plan right now is holding at about $180,000 at 7.5%, and their residence is worth about $500,000 with a very, in my view, a whopping 6% growth. They don't live in my town. And the mortgage they have right now is $400,000 at 475, and under today's current rates, they could probably get maybe even lower that. Another thing that's interesting, and this is odd about this couple, is they have a $100,000 art collection, which they say is appreciating at 7.5. So we took their personal property and everything they have, and that's how we got to our total net worth of $2 million. Now, Don, walk us through these next three ideas of what we're trying to get done here.
The first thing that we want to do is show if we integrate cash value life insurance into their plan, how much would their net worth increase sort of as a baseline. So I think if we can go down and kind of show how their wealth planning, so this is strategy number one.
Okay.
So with strategy number one, we're going to look at their net worth over the next 50 years. We're going to include the withdrawal of spendable retirement cash flow of $300,000 a year starting at age 65 and 60, increasing at 3% a year for the cost of living. And so, as you can see on strategy number one, you can see that without cash value life insurance, you can see that this line at the top is what their net worth is going to do. They're going to have $8 million of net worth made up from these different asset categories. So that's sort of the do-nothing plan, strategy number one.
So whatever they're doing today, would be the result later on during their retirement.
Yeah, we plug in all their assets into Wealthy and Wise, a software program. We project out during their retirement. And this is basically a baseline wealth planning analysis.
But now strategy 2 is we're now importing the index universal life into the equation and seeing how we can increase their income but leave their net worth static. Is that correct?
Actually, strategy number 2 is actually a little different than that. It's designed to show how much their net worth will go up. After strategy number 2 will keep the net worth the same. So let's look at strategy number 2 with cash value life insurance and see how much the net worth will increase, keeping the income the same.
Okay, walk us through this graph.
Yeah, so here you can see by integrating cash value life insurance, the net worth increases to $20 million, which is a significant increase from the do-nothing baseline plan with no cash value life insurance.
So if a person's really looking for net worth, this would be a plan, that indexed universal life would have a huge impact on their overall estate.
Yeah, if you transfer some of your capital assets from equities or taxable assets and put them into cash value life insurance, because of the way the cash accumulation works and the withdrawals to basis loans and so on, you have a significantly increased net worth over time compared to not having the cash value policy as part of your overall asset mix.
Now, what happens when we start to compare this in a summary statement between strategy 1 and 2?
Yeah, this is simply a graph that compares strategy 1 and strategy 2 all on one graph. And here you can see that strategy 1 is just what they're currently doing and what it looks like is going to happen if we don't make any changes. And as you can see, with the retirement income that they want, they have the retirement income they want, but their net worth out here at age 95 is $8 million. If we integrate the cash value life insurance plan, it increases to $20 million. It's a massive difference. And here you can see down in the bottom, both plans, strategy 1 and strategy 2, both provide $14 million of after-tax retirement income during their lifetime. So the income's the same, the net worth is significantly higher. The next thing we want to show is if we kept that net worth the same, could we increase their income if they integrate the cash value life insurance into the plan? And that, we thought, was a very interesting question.
Let's see if I can get to strategy 3A. Now, I notice it looks like you split this up into 2 different strategies. Let's look at strategy 1, their existing situation, and what you want to do in strategy 3A.
So here, we increased the income during retirement with the plan that had the cash value life insurance. And as you can see, instead of $14 million, we could actually pay out $19 million of after-tax retirement income if they moved with the cash value life insurance as part of their overall asset mix. And as you can see, their net worth with the original plan, strategy 1, and with the new plan, strategy 3A, is still the same $8 million. So what this is showing is, by adding cash value life insurance into your overall investment mix for your wealth planning, you can significantly increase your retirement income and have the same net worth at life expectancy or age 95.
Well, let's look at your second idea, because I love that idea. If you're really into income and your net worth isn't really that great, but a lot of people will say, well, gee, why shouldn't we just buy term and invest the difference?
So we call this dealing with termites. And so this is the last strategy that we wanted to show. And basically what we did was we ran the same analysis using term insurance and a side fund instead of the cash value life insurance. And as you can see, if I can scroll down a little further, as you can see, that is not a good idea. With the cash value plan, we can pay out $19 million of retirement income. With the term plan, only $15 million. In addition to that, the term plan only has $5 million of net worth at age 95, and we had the $8 million. And one of the things that people don't understand about term insurance is that when you pay your term insurance premium, you pay it with after-tax dollars. When you pay a mortality cost inside cash value policies, you're paying it with pre-tax interest. So you instantly get a giant discount. And so it's very significant to have life insurance with cash value plans over time if your cash value is greater than the amount you've put into it, because all of your mortality charges are paid with pre-tax interest. In addition to the other benefits we've discussed, that is a significant benefit, and it's exponential over time. And that's why you're seeing this massive difference in income and net worth against using a term insurance plan.
And keep in mind, when you're doing buying term, invest the difference, if you're investing the difference in the market, there could be a beta exposure to that. And we always want to incorporate risk into that. When we're looking at our index, the only risk we have is the cost of insurance and the current company practice on expenses. Well, that's our idea on private retirement plan. I think you'll find this is a huge idea. And again, we're using Innsmark's Wealthy and Wise to demonstrate the power of using Index Universal Life in a plan that can really move the needle on income, and even if you wanted to, even on net worth. Today's sales idea is brought to you by Ash Brokerage, the practice enhancement company.
And by Innsmark, the most widely used software when it comes to strategies and presentations using cash value life insurance.